Hello students, today we are going to prove Carnot theorem. Carnot theorem, remember that of all the heat engines working between the same fixed temperatures of source and sink, of all the engines which are working between the same fixed temperatures of source and sink, no engine will have efficiency greater than Carnot engine which is also working between the same fixed temperatures. Correct? Okay. Now this theorem has to be proved. And how do we prove that? Think about this. We are imagining source temperature fixed at TH, sink temperature fixed at TL. Here we have an engine which is not reversible. Okay? Which is not reversible. Here we have an engine. Here we have engine which is reversible. So I'll use R, right, which is reversible. What we will do, first let's understand this. This is, both the engines are supplied with same amount of heat. Let's say both the engines are supplied with same amount of heat. So you can see here there is, I'll just change this. This is I'll make this as engine B. Engine B is reversible and this is engine A. Engine A. And just to so this is Q1. So we are imagining one engine to be reversible, another a non-reversible which is not reversible. So here let's say this is heat rejection is Q2 and there is some work. I'll call this as WB. Here the engine is supplied with Q1. Work output is W and let's say this is I can say it QA and I'll make this as QB. That's better. Okay. Now see, this is a reversible engine meaning what? It means all the four processes are reversible. So here, if you just reverse the direction of work, if you supply the work, the engine will take exactly QB, Q suffix B of heat from the sink and deliver Q1 back to the source. So all the arrows can be reversed, right? So this is a reversible engine. Now, Carnot engine, so efficiency, the Carnot theorem says that if this is a reversible engine, the efficiency of this is greater than a non-reversible engine, right? That's what Carnot theorem says, and you can just recollect, go back, play this video again. That's Carnot theorem for you. So efficiency of this is greater than this. That's what is in a way Carnot theorem. This is a non-reversible. Now what we will do is think about one more point. If efficiency of this engine is greater than this, obviously heat rejected QB will be less than QA because both the engines are supplied with same amount of heat, but this engine its efficiency is higher than this because this is reversible, means more of Q1 is converted into work. Obviously less heat compared to this will be rejected. So QB will be less than QA because this is less efficiency, less amount of work will be produced, more heat has to be rejected. So QA will be greater than QB. Okay. So this is what we can say for this case. But now what we want to do is we want to prove that the Carnot theorem. So what we will do is we are now going to assume that efficiency of engine A is greater than efficiency of engine B. Right? We are assuming that efficiency of A is greater than efficiency of engine B. That means we are assuming making violation of Carnot theorem. We are assuming exactly opposite of what Carnot's theorem states. Okay. If this is the case, it's obvious that WB will be. Oh, I'm so sorry for this. I'm so sorry. This should have been WA. This is WA, right? So if this is true, that and both the engines are supplied with same amount of heat, it means WA is greater than WB, right? Which means WA is greater than WB. Fine. Now say if this is our assumption, if we make this assumption which is contrary to Carnot theorem, what happens logically? Okay, we have these engines. Now what we say that, okay, this is reversible engine, so let's reverse it. Let's reverse it. That means we will have, we will change the arrows. So now this engine will work as, say, heat pump. So what we will do, we will change the arrows. So we will change the direction of arrows. So sorry, change the direction of arrows. So this is WB. This is and QY. Okay. WB. So we have reversed, because this is reversible engine, all the just arrows can be changed. Fine. Now see what is happening here. QB is lifted and WB is supplied to it and Q1 is given back. Now here when I said that, I should have also written that WA we are assuming to be greater than WB. Let me tell you one more point. Let me go slow and tell you one more point. So this is WB and this we have said as QB. If you say that efficiency of this is efficiency of A is greater than that of B is reversible, then obviously QA will be less than QB. Would you agree with this? Because this is higher efficiency, the engine will reject less heat compared to this. So it also means that QA is less than QB. QA is less than QB. I hope this is clear. And now we will just show this reversal. We will reverse this because this is reversible engine. All the directions of arrows are changed. This is WB. This is QB, right? Okay, now just think about it. This is TL and this is TH. If you look at this source is giving Q1 and it is taking Q1. Okay, so in a way source has lost its relevance. But before we come to that, also see here, this is a kind of heat pump which requires WB. This is an engine which is producing WA and WA is greater than WB. Okay, WA is greater than WB. So what we can do? What we can do is we can couple this engine and pump. So I am removing WB from here. I am just directly coupling it over here, right? So this is coupled. So WA is given to this. WA is greater than WB. So this engine requires WB, but you are supplying WA. So you can have some work which is available to you as WA minus WB. Because this pump required WB which was less than WA. So WA minus WB. So WB here is, we can say WB gets supplied here, but remaining is work, right? And that net work is available to you. And look at this. This source has lost its relevance because net heat supplied from here, right, is zero because it is giving Q1 here and it is receiving Q1. So this is gone. So I can just remove this. I can just remove this. This is what we did when we dealt with Kelvin, Planck and Clausius statement. So this is kind of a source is done away with. And we have one body which is giving heat, to the engine. So this is an engine, combined engine, and it is giving you WA minus WB as net work. This body is, see, QA is less than QB. That means this body is receiving QA but giving QB, right? So there is net heat flowing out of this engine. How much? QB minus QA. All of it is converted into work. How much work? WA minus WB. So here you have constructed an engine which is working in cycle and having heat interaction only with one body, right? This is acting as source which is giving heat, and all the heat is converted into work. This is violation of second law, specifically violation of Kelvin-Planck statement of second law, right? Now why this violation occurred? That is because we assumed that efficiency of a non-reversible engine, right, non-reversible engine to be greater than a reversible, means Carnot engine. That assumption was wrong. That means with violation of Carnot theorem violates second law of thermodynamics, and this is the proof of Carnot theorem. Thank you.